Hello friends, we are back at it with my December book journaling, and then we're going to flip through our book journal, talk about some things we're going to change in the new year, which is, there's some big changes. We did not read a ton in December, and I accidentally already put this in here because I realized I was not recording, okay? What we're going to be using, at the time you guys are watching this is Sunday, and if you are watching today, you can actually save on all of the book journaling stickers that are from my shop, Plan a Hannah, for 25% off. The sale does end tonight at midnight Central Time. Some things that I'm going to be using from my shop include these super cute custom book title or book cover stickers. Basically, you can pick 8. They are formatted to fit with this specific size, but if you want it in a different size, feel free to just leave the dimensions and I can make that happen. I'm going to be using divider 3, and I did pick silver stars as the foil of choice for this month. We have got flower 1 from my shop, we have got the dots, and we have got accents, we have got stars, and we have some Christmas deco. Lots of fun stuff. And then from my bestie girls shop, Scribble Prints Co., we're going to be using lots of book version 2 and star version 2. Oh, I also have the arrows from my shop. These are in the silver stars. And that's probably going to be it. Oh, I also have this deco from Mini Moments. And yeah, I only read, I think, 10 books in the month of December, which, like, isn't horrible. I'm also going to get started. I'm going to be using this gray marker because I'm using silver as my color for the month. And I was going to not switch to marker until, until January, but I'm sick of the colored pencils. They keep smearing, and I don't like how they look, so we're just gonna go with this. Yeah, I used a lot of gold this year, which again, we're gonna go through. This was like my practice book journal, and next year I do plan on like having like larger, I'm gonna highlight pretty much every book and put something in there so I have less things that I don't remember. I'm gonna toss in this divider. I absolutely love how that looks, like so chunky with the silver stars. Let's see a preview of my journal for next year. Here she is. It has like holographic pages. Oh my god, obsessed, obsessed. Probably need to honestly place a new order for these flower stickers that I love to use from Amazon, because these are something I will be using in my new journal. Okay, so we're going with like a silvery vibe, so anything like white might be good. It's like white and pink. I'm not like loving that. It's like white and yellow. Nothing is giving like pure white energy, so I may just do greenery instead along with the silver, because I just don't think I love the other colors, which is completely fine. We're gonna start with some of, ooh, I like these. But yeah, some things that we will be doing differently next year is, I think that every book that I read, I want to dedicate like half of a page to, because like I didn't use this much of my journal and it feels extraordinarily wasteful. So I want to use more space for every book that I read. And then I would like to, like I said, highlight them, each book, do some more like info, and then like books that I really like 4 or 5 stars, do full pages on those bad boys, because I feel like they deserve more energy and effort put into them. These are this flowers from the flower 2 from my shop. Again, 25% off right now, and then the divider is divider 3. And then I'm going to use the dot deco, which I've learned this year is my preferred over the sparkles. For some reason, I just like the spreads that I use the dots with. I just end up enjoying how they look so much more. So I'm going to lean deeper into the dots next year. I also think it like is like a nice big chunk of the foil, which I'm obviously a fan of, seeing as I literally make foiled stickers for me job. I just feel like they add so much. Ugh. And whenever you are shopping, one thing I suggest doing is picking a foil color per month. And then get a sheet of like some sort of deco. I did the dots, a sheet of stars. If you're doing Spice Tracker, get that as well. Some sort of divider. Either do like the accents, the bows, or like the paint splatters, or something like that. And the flowers. And then I also really like the arrows. And then for different books you want to highlight, you can get these different doodly dudes, you know? Okay, so that's gonna be the top of my December. Then the first book I read in December is one of my favorite books of the month. It's actually my favorite Christmas book that I read this year and my favorite book of the month. So we're going to be definitely using that. And this is going to be a December to Remember by Miss Jenny Bayless. Jenny Bayless, well, you will see she's featured a couple of times this month. She is for sure a favorite. I'm going to be using these box 3 from my friend Andrea's shop, Scribble Prints Co. And so we'll be popping that in, as well as these. There we go. Pop this in, and then I'm leaving room to add in this, which is either Christmas deco 1 or 2 from my shop, and this is in Shattered Red, but I will be adding this deco around. So I'm going to grab the December to Remember cover, pop her in, and then for the spine, I'm just going to grab this gray color and color that in because the book is like a dark grayish black. That's perfect. Then I'm going to pull out the quote that I picked from this. This is one that I highlighted in my Kindie. And this is in the January font. You can get custom book quotes. And you're supposed to. Nobody ever does it, so I just have to guess. So if I ever guess yours incorrectly and I send it to you in the wrong size, make sure you're taking into account that you didn't provide me with what size you wanted. So make sure you're adding in the size, my friends. But the quote that I am including is, hold on, I will be adding in my 5-star rating. I sometimes will put a rating in for a book that I highlight, and sometimes I don't. I'm going to be definitely next year. I don't like that I was kind of all over the place this year, but this book is about these sisters and how their dad passes away and they have to like come together to like get his oddities shop and such. But the quote is, "He was by no means perfect, but by forcing us to work together, he made sure that me and my sisters found each other again. Without this, I'm not sure we ever would have." So cute. Actually, good thing is that these are all removable. I forgot that I had a little, this is not like fan art from this book or anything, but it is art that I wanted to include. I forgot. Basically, I will just look up on Pinterest things regarding the book, and next year I plan to be like better about this because I'm actually not very good about it in the current. It is kind of big for here, so maybe I will put this over here and like its own situation. I think that's gonna be the vibes. We're gonna do this big like winter celebration for like this winter solstice vibes right there. Pop this here, and we'll pop our quote back in there because basically they're trying to like save the town and have this winter solstice, and it's like a whole situation. And so I will just pop in some of these little accents while I talk about the book. Basically, in this book, they're trying to like come together as sisters who don't really have much of a relationship. They all have different mothers and they have not spent much time together in their lives. Like a lot of their time was spent with their respective moms, and they only saw their dad over the summer, despite the one sister living in the town where the dad lives, but he didn't want it to seem like he was spending more time with one sister over the other, so he just actively chose to still not spend time with her, and how that affected her, and how the whole thing is like not like ruined, but how the whole situation has really impacted their ability to connect as sisters. And it was just a very awesome book. My buddy read it with a friend, and I think we both gave it 5 stars actually. That's how you know it's like really good. Yeah, so I'm just tossing in some Christmas deco here because it was a holly jolly time. And I think that looks so good. I am not like super needing, oh my god, I forgot there's something else I wanted to add for this. Why am I doing this? Why am I like this? Okay, we're gonna pull her up again. I forgot I had 2 pieces of like some sort of art that I wanted to use with this. Excuse you, candy cane. Thank you. I will add this quote, just like, hold on, I have an idea. This is the other thing I wanted to add, which is just like this group of 3 sisters all together. So we can just do this. There we go. I think that looks absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning. I love it. Add some little accenty things on the girlies. And I think that that looks so freaking cute. I absolutely love it. I don't care if like the books are in the order in which I read them. It literally does not matter to me, as long as they're all present. Okay. I'm only going to be even highlighting one other book. So I think we're going to do 3, we're going to get 6 books up on this side. So I guess this is going to be a shorter book journal video because I just really, last month I read 19 books and this month I read like nothing in comparison. And I read a lot of like okay books that I didn't really care to highlight based on how I was doing my journal this year. So next year my book journal videos are all gonna be hella long, so be prepared. I'm gonna put a divider in between here so that we can have some sparkly fun. Because one thing about me, I love a sparkle. Absolutely love a sparkle. Okay, I'm gonna pop these books in that I read and we will put them in order for now. We have got Don't Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma Albin. We have got The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry, followed by the novella that goes with this book. Where did I put my stickers? Where is the one that has the novella? Can you guys tell how fucking spastic I am? Oh, I was gonna use some of these. Huh. Guess we'll just add a little angel one because the dad passed away. Okay, I gotta find where I put this other sheet because I'm falling apart. This is really, I'm apologizing for how chaotic this is. I do know that like I should have absolutely gotten my shit together before I started this, but I just didn't. Ah, here it is. A Welcome Reunion. That is the second one. Or the like novella that came after it, I guess. It's not like the second book, it's just a wee little novella. Okay, then I read my December book club pick, which was this, The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan. I do have a full reading vlog regarding that, with Meet Me Under the Mistletoe, which I read for fun, and I did not do a video on. And then I read One by One by Frida McFadden, which I also just read for fun on my own, because sometimes you just gotta read for yourself, not for a video. Especially post Vlogmas, where, or Bookmas, where you've been doing God's work, you know? Let's grab our little stores. So, or actually, we're gonna color everything in. We're For this one, I'm just going to do like the gray that I used for reads because the book is pretty white. I actually don't own that book because I just read it on my Kindle. We'll go with this beautiful light purple for Don't Want You Like a Best Friend. That is a Regency Sapphic romance. I thought it was like fine. It had some things in it that I wasn't really a humongous fan of, and I'm not gonna like say because I won't spoil it for anybody who's excited about it. Grab black for this one, The Perfect Child. Do not use markers on your actual journal. I'm just using them on top of stickers. I accidentally got on the sticker, but it's fine. If you use it on the actual journal, it will for sure bleed through. It's like a dark navy blue. That is the color of the spine of this book. Oh my god, I'm doing horrible at coloring on the book. Whatever. The Christmas bookshop is like a book of based in Scotland, all about I guess this one's also about sisters. There's these two sisters, and one of them has her life together, and the other one's life is simply not together. And they don't really get along, but she has to like live with her sister. She's trying to help save this bookshop. It's like a whole situation, and it was very much so okay. Lots of blue down here, which is fine. Color this one in blue as well. Okay. And now we will put in our star ratings. Here they are. This one's a 3-star. 1. I'll keep making sure I am in frame. 2, a 3. The Perfect Child was a 4 stars. It was actually my first Lucinda Berry, and I literally went and added every single one of her books to my Amazon wish list. So it gives the same energy as like a Frida McFadden, but like sometimes that's just what you need. And then I gave the novella a 3-star. It's one of those where like it was short, quick, easy. Did I need it? No. But did I read it? Yeah. The Christmas Bookshop was also a 3-star. Unfortunately, I had really high hopes for this one, and it just fell very, very flat for me, unfortunately. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 3 more books to highlight. This book, the Meet Me Under the Mistletoe by Jenny Bayliss, the same author as A December to Remember. I gave this one 4 stars. And then last year I read A Season of Second Chances, and I gave that one 5 stars in case you were curious where I fell under that. And then One by One by Frida, I gave 3 stars. Not my favorite by her, but it was just fine. Just fine. So yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 3 more books to go over, and then we'll flip through my whole journal. I am going to take some of these little accent boys because I think they're so cutie pie, and we're just gonna put some little doodads on these books, give them a little bit of fun, you know, why not type situation, you know, why not take a crazy chance. I added these 2 off camera because the camera died, simply. I'm gonna put this little divider here at the bottom just because it's cute and I like it. That is gonna be these 2. And then we'll move on and we'll probably finish this out here, you know. Oh, I lied. We're gonna toss in our December favorite here on A December to Remember. We'll give her the award, and then we'll color it in with the color of December, which is this like pretty much white color, the lightest of all grays, to match silver. That's fine. It's all good. Okay. Moving into here, we have 3 books to do still. The Lies I Tell, Blue Sisters, and Things We Hide from the Light. You want to do Blue Sisters in the center, so I'm going to start with that because I have a picture and a quote. I do have this picture here, which, if you can't tell, the sister has some wings on her, and in Blue Sisters, one of the sisters has passed away, so I thought that that worked out great for that. So we will be tossing this here, and I'm going to throw on the cover of Blue Sisters, and I am going to color in the edge that same gray color because the book is white. There we go. And then the quote is a very long quote, so it's very tiny text. I actually wouldn't even really recommend how I did this quote in like doing this long of a quote. I don't think it looks stellar, but it was the quote I wanted to use, you know? Sometimes a quote really touches you, and that's what happened with this one, and I was sobbing. And sometimes that's just how you have to decide. So, Ooh, I don't know how well this is gonna peel off of this, but we'll try. Oh, peeled off just fine. I think I'm gonna put the quote like this, because I wanna make sure I have room for the other book, and then we'll just put this here. That works fine for me and my wants in life. Except for, where's my, I can put the star rating right here. I did give this book 4 stars. This book I have complicated, and I mean complicated feelings about, because I did give it 4 stars, and I did, as a whole, like the book, but it was painful to get here, and I think part of that is that it is written beautifully, and I am not that smart, and that's just how it is sometimes. Just the unfortunate truth for me. Okay, so the quote that I picked, if you don't know what Blue Sisters is about, it's about these 4 girls. Their last name is Blue, and they are the Blue Sisters. Oh no. And one of the sisters passes away, and it's about how the other sisters are dealing with it. But this quote says, "I miss her, and I miss her, and I miss her, and I wait for the feeling to end, because every other feeling has ended, no matter how intense, no matter how hard, but this won't, no matter how hard, but this won't. There's just no end to the missing. There was life before, and there is life now, and I can't seem to accept it. I can't accept it. I'll have to miss her forever. There will never be relief. There will never be a reunion, and I wish I had a God. I wish I believed in an afterlife or something. Anything. But when I try to talk to her in my head, there's no response. I can't hear her, and I can't feel her. And all I have is this missing part of me. I'm glad it won't end, because it is all I have to connect me to her." And that had me down bad crying at the gym. Okay. So, moving on to the other 2 books. We'll probably add more like flourishes there, but first I would like to just toss in the other 2 books, and then we will go from there. Okay, I was supposed to read this book, and I didn't, because I got sick of Christmas books, and I didn't want to force myself to read another one, you know. So I read The Lies I Tell, and I read The Things We Hide from the Light. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna need like a blue color for the edge. This will be fine. I'm gonna pick up some of this mess I have here. Okay, and then we definitely will be needing pink for the other one. Sure, because the text is kind of like a dark pink, so this works out just fine. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna just take all of these things that I no longer need for the rest of this spread and put them out of the way. Boom, thank you. Okay, I do think that I'm gonna wanna put in like some of these big floral bits. Yeah, we're gonna do that there. And then grab another big floral bit from here. I have such a headache. I've been having really bad headaches this week. I think they might be maybe stress and anxiety induced. Love it. Hee hee, live, laugh, love. do that, and then we'll put this here. And I'm gonna grab some of my arrows. We're gonna do this, and then this. It's like pointing the arrow to which book that review is for. And I gave The Lies I Tell 3 stars. It is a spy con woman type situation. It's my first time reading like a con woman story, and I know that like a lot of people hate them. I don't feel really truly one way or the other about them. It was a fine book. It's one of those books where it was like fun, but I don't think I know I will literally never think about it again. And then Things We Hide from the Light, I gave it 4 stars. I know that a lot of people aren't obsessed with this book. It's like the middle book in a 3-part series. I don't know if there's gonna be a 4th. But I know a lot of people have beef with the 3rd book. I thought it was fine for what it was. I like wasn't expecting it to be some masterpiece. I don't know if maybe others were, and that's where their issues came in. I thought the first book was a 4, and I gave the second book a 4. So I thought it was consistent. It was what I expected it to be. You know, put some flourishes on these bad boys. A little greenery up here. And I will trim that off, and then we'll throw some dots in, and guess what? Then we are done with my December, unfortunately, because it was such a low quantity, honestly kind of low quality too. A lot of 3 stars, which a 3-star isn't a bad rating, but I would love for my average rating to be like in the 4s. And I had 1 5-star, and I had a handful in 3, no, I guess a half of my books were 5 or 4 stars, so I guess it was a decent quality as well. We will look at it that way. We are deciding to be positive, you know. Are you guys doing reading journals? This reading journal that I'm using is just from Amazon. It's like $12 or $13. Cheapy boy. I don't subscribe to spending a lot on a journal. I just can't care that much, especially because I don't need it to be anything fancy. I'm just tossing stickers and reviewing books in it. It's nothing, it's just not that serious to me. So I'm not spending a lot of money on a journal. I'm just getting me a cheapie off of Amazon that does the job, you know? I feel like just adding the dots adds so freaking much. Like, it looked so plain and bland before. And then we add the dots, and she's like a beauty queen, you know? Beauty queen of only. Have you guys read any of these books? What are your thoughts and feelings? Do you guys understand what I'm saying about Blue Sisters? My friend that I was reading it with DNF'd it because she was like, this is not what I expected it to be, or like how I thought it was going to be, and I'm just not liking it. It also has extraordinarily long chapters, which is something that matters to me. I don't know if it's something that matters to you. I know it does matter to a lot of people, and if you're going into it, just know that chapters are like, one of the chapters on my Kindle took like an hour, and I'm a decently quick reader, so there's that. But okay, that is all my December. Let us quickly flip through the whole journal, and we'll tell you what's staying, what's going. I've got a cover page that says 2024 reading journal. This is something that I will be carrying into the new journal. We are going to continue having some yearly goals and a rating system, so you will see these in my new journal. Monthly favorites will be continuing, even though I did a shit-tastic job keeping up with them this year. They are... Actually, no, it's a lie. This page is not following me into the new year. That was a lie. I'm still going to do the badges, but I'm not going to be doing this page. The book of the year page will not be continuing on with me. I may do a like top 5 page at the end. That is something that I'm planning on doing next year, is I want to do like a genre tracker and stuff like that. But I'm going to put them all at the end of my journal because I never know how much room, like space to leave, and I'll be pissed if I don't leave enough space. So I'm going to put those next year at the end of my journal, like almost like a reading wrapped situation. Series tracker, that is being bye-bye. Book club will be staying. The alphabet challenge, we will be staying. The rainbow challenge will be staying. I also do need to figure out if I read anything from these letters. I just kind of gave up on it. But again, I think that it's just something I have to be more on top of. The book tracker, I read too many books. I gave up after 102. I ended up reading like 160 books, and I don't care. I don't care. It's not, I feel like if you're gonna read more than 100 books, this is not fun. So I will not be doing that. That will not be coming with me into the new year. 5-star reads, I also gave up on this page. That will not be coming with me into the new year. Then moving into my book journal. Here was my January spread. I guess if we're going through it, we can look for, what letters are we looking for? I'm gonna write them down so I can keep track. We are looking for a G, a J, a K, a Q, a U, a V, and a Z. I know I did not complete this challenge, and that's fine. I'm not trying to complete it. I was doing it for fun, because sometimes things can just be for fun. Okay. So I read Cloud Girls and Heartstopper. I have a quote from Heartstopper that says, "I don't know who I am without him." We have got our Better Than the Movies with Liz and Wes's playlist. It's so cute. I did reread all of Junie B. Jones. From my shop here, we used some from Divider 1 in Pixie Blue, as well as the Dots Deco in Pixie Blue. I love her. I also am a big fan of this Jelly Roll, like, Sparkle Star Pen. I'm gonna add this to December when we get back over there. For February, I used the Sparkle Deco in Hollow Pink Flower, as well as I used the, I forgot to go over March. This sparkle pen is so pretty. It just makes anything sparkle. There we go, March. And I went over like the titles of the books. I don't know how it'll write over the sticker paper actually, so we will see. But I used Divider 1 in Hot Pink, as well as Pixie Magenta Stars and Bows here. We have some D&D dice for Dungeons and Drama. I used some single Polaroid stickers. We've got more quotes here. My April favorite, my April reads. Here we're using the stars in Pixie Lime, as well as the arrows and the deco. So you can see, like, I pick a color scheme. I picked purple, and I used confetti purple for April for the stars and the sparkles. We used gold stars for May, and I used some dividers and gold stars, sparkles, and stars. June, I did hollow gray lines, and we used a different style of dividers. I believe these are dividers 2, as well as the twinkle deco and arrows. For July, I used divider 4 in wintergreen, as well as dots in the stars. We read the Hunger Games, lots of quotes. And then in August, I used divider 3 in dark blue with dark blue deco and stars. Read lots of books this month. September, I used sequin gold. I used the flowers from my shop. This is when I released a lot of this stuff. The ink splatters, I love using those. The dots, the mixed deco. You can see these hearts and stars. The arrows. You can see all the fun foil there. October is when I came out with some specific like themed sheets. I used black and gold checker foil for the like flowers and the accents and the dividers. These are dividers 1. Then I used the crime deco to highlight the naturals. It comes with a bunch of crime related stuff. And then I used in gold sequin the witchy deco for the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. And then for My Roommate is a Vampire, I used a combo of violet vampire deco and hot pink artist deco to match their two sides. To highlight the match, I used gold hollow dog deco, and to highlight you again, I used orange chef deco. And then we move into our November reads, and I used Shattered Red for the dividers, the flowers, the deco dots, the stars. Then I used the Fantasy deco in blue Hollow Pebble for the Lost Story. And I used blue Hollow Kisses deco for the Love of My Afterlife. And then I used Shattered Red Christmas deco for the Christmas Fix. And then we move into what we just did for December, where we used silver stars for the flowers, the dividers, the little accent twinkles, the stars. We used shattered red Christmas deco here. We brought that into this page. And then there we go. And that is everything for my 2024 reading journal. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!